see the longest one.
I wish I were high
To that
on
point,
pot
this
news.
is one of the three sides.
I wish I was high on pot news.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to this episode of the Daily Hotpot. I am your co-host, Drifter, aka I don't even know, Rebecca. My name's Rebecca. Hi, guys. I'm Rebecca.
Hello, everyone. I am Keith. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day in spite of the rain we've been having all morning.
Yes, I hope you all have a terrible, terrible Friday. This is our alter ego. I should open with bad morning, everybody. Well, anyways, guys, besides that, good Friday. Happy Friday. Happy final day of the week. Khan, how are you feeling on this final day of week 7?
I'm feeling okay. Like I said, it's gloomy outside. It's raining. It's pouring. I haven't been able to go out to my garden, but luckily it's being watered by the rain.
Like I said earlier, guys, in last week's pod, or else we'll run out of content. So I will skip past that. Khan, we have a very special topic today. Because today we are going to close the week with a little bit of self-deprecation because we're going to share some more embarrassing moments of our lives, but more specifically, one of our most embarrassing moments while we were at school.
I feel like this podcast has just become our therapy session where we talk about traumatic moments in our lives.
It has. Not only will we get canceled, we'll heal, Con. We're healed.
Yes. Most embarrassing moment at school. For me, I don't think I had too many embarrassing moments. Unfortunately, one of the most traumatic event that I could think of, I was probably the one that caused someone's most embarrassing moment at school.
Oh, boy.
And like I mentioned before, back in middle school and into high school, I was not particularly a very good guy. One might say I was a pretty bad guy. And this is when, and I apologize to the girl. Clearly, obviously, she's not listening, but she's doing well, everyone. She's doing well. I know. I've tried. It's on Facebook. But back in middle school, this girl and I were dating. Her name is Sarah. This was, I believe, 7th into 8th grade, and she was a super sweet girl. She played the piano at the I believe it was like our 6th grade English class play, where we put on a very amateurish Romeo and Juliet play. And I myself was starring as Mercutio.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And she was the one playing the piano and doing like the soundtrack on the side. So she was part of like the backstage crew. And during practice and also during, I suppose, the actual play itself, me and her kind of like hit it off. And every time she would play the piano, I would sit next to her and kind of like, flirt a little bit. Well, it was fun. It was very wholesome. So anyways, skipping forward, during the summer, we dated. Basically, we just talked on the phone and so forth. Because it's summer, we didn't really interact with each other too much. So by the time this new school year kind of started out, we really didn't progress as a couple. And how can you be a couple, right, in 7th grade, right? Especially for me, I was unfortunately one of the kids that really wanted to be cool, or whatever my idea of cool is. I wanted to show everyone that I'm a cool guy and like me because I'm cool and mysterious and awesome. So I unfortunately I was very receptive to the way the boys that I was hanging out with kind of like gave me advice and stuff like that. So during lunch one day, I was sitting with my friends and they're all like, oh yeah, you're still going out with that girl and so forth. And as far as I remember, they were egging me to like, meet other people or meet other girls and be done with the relationship. And I was like, yeah, maybe I'll like break up with her and so forth like that. And then she was sitting 2 tables away.
Oh no.
And one of the asshole guys that I was friends with like yelled out to her or something like that. And across the entire lunch, and this was like a couple hundred kids in this like lunch auditorium, Khan wants to break up with you.
Oh, hell no.
It's over. And I don't remember how I was feeling or thinking or reacting to that, but I definitely remember looking over at her, and her face is like now forever etched into the back of my mind, where
Oh.
this sweet girl, like she was actually so sweet, was starting to tear up. And then her friends around her was like trying to cheer her up, and she was crying. And this fucking asshole Khan, I don't know, maybe he felt relieved or something. I don't know how he was feeling, but for me, that was probably one of the key moments of Kid Khan
Mm.
growing up, where this changed him quite a bit into, being a better person and causing someone to, at least at maybe at her at the moment, for sure, probably the most embarrassing moment for her, especially at school, in front of the most of the class during lunch, where out of the blue, you get yelled at across the room, where your boyfriend, who you like, I'm sure, breaks up with you like that, especially like
Oh.
that. Yeah. And I probably didn't even have like the balls to talk to her afterwards. It was probably, I was probably like,
Oh, that
didn't know
was
what to
it.
do. And yeah, and that was it. Yeah. In my yearbook, we both got voted for most artistic. And every time I open up the yearbook every now and then, just to take pictures of that, like, oh yeah, yeah, most artistic picture. There she is. We're just like together. And I was like, oh man, I wonder how she's doing. Yada
Oh.
yada yada.
Oh.
What an asshole I was.
Yo, that I felt hurt listening to that
It
story.
was I can't even imagine how she felt, especially as like a young girl going through this in school. But yes, that definitely very traumatic and life changing moment for me. I still think about it. Very traumatizing.
As rough as that story is, I'll cut. I mean, it's marginally, and marginally is even, being generous, but it's marginally better that at the very least it wasn't you that
I think it's
verbally
worse.
called out the breakup and be
Yeah.
like to yell out and go like, I want to break up with you across the thing. But I think it's also an indictment on your character when you were young, because you didn't step up
Yes.
to shut your friend
I
up, or like say
Exactly.
like, oh.
It says even more, I think, the way
Mhm.
I reacted, or I didn't have the balls to even talk to her, or in addition, I let like my friends dictated my life or the way that
Mm.
I felt, and also to cause a lot of pain to this one individual who was very sweet. Yeah. The whole situation said a lot about what or how I was as a kid, at least at that particular time.
Guys, this is a judge-free zone.
No, judge away, bro. Because no, judge away. That is, you should 100% judge
Khan, you didn't let me
that
finish.
situation. Okay, okay, okay.
I was gonna say this is a judge-free zone, but if if there is a kid, and I'm not saying anything, as someone who works with kids, all of you are precious and wonderful little angels. If there is a kid that needed a good ass kicking, it was you. It was. If
Yeah,
someone needed some reverse bullying, if someone needed a little bit of hey reality check, it might have been
I
you.
I was not checked enough as a kid, unfortunately. At least, thankfully, the internal me, right, came out and was like, this was like one of the moments, if not the moment, where I definitely changed after that. I felt slowly. Yeah. At least how I treated women, or how I felt towards relationship and so forth.
Well, that
Because man,
is.
seeing a girl cry because of what you did or didn't do
Mm,
could definitely change a guy, I feel. Like at least a boy.
it definitely changes a guy. Now, for a kid, I know it's a different process. I it's good that at least you were able to process, good change out of that at such a young age, because you would hope that would be the outcome out of something so shitty. But there are some scenarios for some guys that, they experience that at a young age and they do not get the right message out of that. Right? They don't get the
Nah.
proper lesson from that. You grew. Mistakes are made, that's life, but you grew in the right direction, Con.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh, well, that's a heart punching opener to this one. I don't think I don't think I'm in the same vein.
Well,
um,
hopefully you could lighten it up a bit.
I can lighten up a little bit. To kind of follow that one up, I would say that in my life, the most embarrassing school story was definitely how I met my best friend Tony.
Hmm.
But I can't share that
We
again.
all remember that story.
We remember.
We all remember that
We
story.
remember. A little pants pisser. Um, I would bully younger me, okay? I can't share that again. But what I do have is probably not as embarrassing, but I look back on it and it's really fucking cringe. And that is in high school, junior year. My worst year in high school ever, because that's when the proper classes start. Senior classes or whatever. It's really the junior classes that really get you into the colleges you want to get into. And I decided that I was a schmarticle pants that I could take on AP Bio, Advanced Placement Biology. That whole year of that class was a fucking train wreck. Like, that whole year was god awful. But that's not the embarrassing point. The embarrassing point is one of our final projects was I'm even forgetting exactly what it was, but something to do with some form of like specific like osteocell formation thing with bones and whatever. And I was partnered with one of my friends at the time, James. God, am I remembering his name? I haven't seen him in ages, like since high school, but I think I'm pretty sure it's James. And we were supposed to do the project together, and we did just fine. But me and him definitely struggled in that class. We were probably some of the people that were like, "What the fuck are these words that are being said? What the hell are these concepts?" Though he was much more in tune with me. I think he actually passed the class. Me, I got fucking like a D something or whatever on it. For the class, we had to present the project and present it and explain these certain things about biology, whatever we were doing. We spent the whole night prior, and I'm like, "Oh, bro, what if like," I tell him, what if for my part of it, I do like a rap, I do like a rap for this presentation. And then he goes, okay, yeah. I mean, and I basically throw his ass under the bus because I basically go, yeah, I'll do a rap. And then you basically, after I finish my rap, you like explain everything, like the whole process. And he basically had to do like the heavy lifting of the actual, not math, it's not math, but just as a colloquial term, the math of it, the meat and potatoes. He had to actually do the proper grading portion. And I was the funsies dude who just did the, hey guys, I'm going to do a rap presentation about this. So I go ham. Like, I dedicate, like, I'm supposed to be fucking Kendrick writing against Drake, all right? I'm, like, in the fucking trenches trying to manifest a return of golden age hip-hop with this piece.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to remember the beat I used. I think I used Queen's... What's it called? Queen's Respite or Queen's something? Queen's Recite. It's that beat that that British rapper, that black British rapper used. She goes by like Queen something. Oh man, I'm trying to remember who it was, but it was like in the 2016, 2017. Those videos were really popular. I used that beat, and
Okay.
I just remember rapping in front of everyone once it started, and like the look on people's faces was. Looking at me, bro, like I was insane. I was just rapping like and I was trying to get hype, and everyone's just sitting there like, bro, kill me now. But like I'm like, bro, I am selling this. I have to sell this because if I give up and make it awkward, then it's awkward. But if I just go in there like a crazy man, you just got to go for it. And it was funny because my friend in the class, her name's Sachi. She was hyping me up because she was like in the front, like, okay, like trying to like keep things up and going. And I remember I had a line. It was like something bone and cells could be something like smoking up all that tree. I tried to sneak in like a fucking a weed line past the teacher. Yeah. And when I finished my rap, I knew that was bad. But I like looked to the left and see my teacher, and she looked at me like I basically like murdered 5 children. Like she looked like I had disgraced the natives that had once lived on these lands, and she I had banished my ancestors from ever having any sort of success in this life. And I just remember like sitting back down. Oh no, yeah, I sat back down next to James because I was the opening of the presentation, and I just basically had this like out of body experience blur because I like went white in my eyes and I just don't remember anything. And then I remember just like James saying like, okay, and that's our presentation. And then we sit back down. And I was like, yo, bro, like, how'd you do? And he's like, I don't know, like you didn't help me at all for that. I was like, I did my part, man. I rapped. Like timing wise, I think I rapped for like a minute and a half, and James did like the rest of like the 5 to 8 minutes of the presentation actually stuck doing the rest of the shit. I felt so bad, but that's so
funny.
That sucked.
Yeah, I would say like part of the worst feeling is like, the immediate moments after you're done. Like that's 1 or 2 seconds after you're done, you kind of like you immediately know what's going on, right? Which is like super scary. It's like I bet as soon as you're done, you're like, fuck.
Oh,
You
yeah.
don't hear anything. Like you can just sense it. It's like visceral. Oh
Mhm.
no.
As soon as I finished, like you could feel the lights get a little brighter, the sweat beat out of every pore. You're like, nah, bro, what the fuck did I just do? What did I just do? That was awful.
uh,
Oh yeah, I did anything in that
man.
class to not do the actual work because I hated it so much. But it was too late. I was like, I'm already in it. Too late to change it. So
Yeah. Well, since it was like an AP class, the students that were in there, I'm assuming they weren't quite receptive or open to the idea of rapping presentations, right?
maybe some weren't, but the school I went to, it's a big school. It's like a humongous school because it's a city where there's only one high school and there's two middle schools. So a
Okay.
singular high school. Get this. I'm sure that this number always surprises people. Our high school had 4,000 kids.
Yeah, no, that's like 5 high schools or 6 high schools here.
So 4,000 kids in a single high school. So the surrounding schools, like we always get called like, oh yeah, we're the ghetto school. But I was like, bro, we're the ghetto school? I don't know. But then again, I guess like if you're in it, you don't know. So I can't tell how
Yeah.
we look. People always called us ghetto. I was like, all right, whatever. I don't see it, but that's just maybe just me.
Yeah, 5,000 people is crazy to me. Like, I remember high school, for the most part, you knew everyone in your grade for sure, but you also probably knew most people like a grade above or below you.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess in your case, it's like almost impossible, right?
Oh, almost impossible.
Yeah.
It's impossible for you to even know everyone in your own grade. Like you might know of everyone and you might like recognize faces and stuff, but you can definitely go the whole year and not know every single person in your grade, a grade alone. So then you see all these other kids of 3 other different grade levels. You're like, what the fuck? Like, who the hell are you, bro? Who the fuck are you? It's pretty wild. And equally, everyone minded their own business because there's just so many people.
That's super interesting.
Well, Khan, I think that's enough embarrassment for this episode for both of us.
This should be enough embarrassment for like the rest of the podcast.
For the rest of its existence. Yes, guys. So this should be enough.
Yeah,
No more.
it seems like I'm slowly and incrementally exposing how bad of a kid I was every time. Because I don't have any like personal stories. It's more like things I've caused to people. And if we have another one like these, unfortunately, I have more, guys.
Okay. Well, guys, we'll reach down into that bucket of stuff when, as I always say, when we get desperate for views. So keep on coming every week, guys. Keep on listening to the pod. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the pod today. Have a great rest of your weekend, and we will see you next week for week 8 of the Daily Hotpot. I guess before I let you guys go, Khan, do you have anything to leave the people for their weekend?
Yeah, I hope everyone learned their lessons from when they're a kid and improved as a person.
Oh, that's the best we can hope at this point. Just be better, guys. Just be better. All right. Well, with that being said, as always, take it easy.
Bye.